As a financial advisor, people often ask, we know you manage money, we know you give advice, we know you do financial planning, but what does that really mean? There are many ways of explaining how financial planning works, but instead of explaining, I wanted to demonstrate in this video briefly how financial planning works, specifically how I go about addressing the two most common questions I'm asked. Am I on track for retirement, and when can I retire? To answer those questions, let's dive deep into this fictional client profile. So here we have Walter and Skylar White. They've got two kids, Walt Jr. and Holly White. They have over $5 million in net worth between their car wash business, their house on Negra Arroyo Lane, and various investment accounts. Their most important goal is leaving a lasting legacy for their kids. But they also want to retire when Skylar is 55, sell their car wash business, and be able to spend about $7,500 per month. Their goals can be visualized in this timeline, showing when they'd like to retire and all other goals that they might have. Current and future sources of income are Social Security and salaries from the business. The salaries and business profits will go away when they sell the business, so their source of retirement income will only be Social Security and their investment portfolio. Skylar plans to claim Social Security early at age 62, while Walt plans to wait until full retirement age at age 67. To analyze Walt and Skylar's investment portfolio, we first look at their asset allocation, or the ratio of aggressive versus conservative investments between all of their accounts. Asset allocation is important because it determines 90% of your portfolio's long-term returns. And here I'm noticing that they have a lot of cash, which exposes them to increased inflation risk. Digging deeper into the stock portion of their portfolio, I want to identify potential concentration or sector risks and know if they are properly diversified by comparing their portfolio weighting to that of the market. And here I notice that they are overweighted on consumer cyclicals, they are underweighted on technology, and overweighted on healthcare. Things to be aware of. Knowing what we know about Walt and Skylar, we can then plug this into our Monte Carlo simulation. A Monte Carlo simulation is the main tool that financial planners use to predict the future, at least until we can get that damn crystal ball to work. Because nobody knows what the future holds, a Monte Carlo simulation runs 1,000 different possible what-if scenarios in the future, ranging from optimistic to pessimistic, which you can see mapped out here on this graph. This is where we attempt to answer the question, am I on track for retirement, and when can I retire? The percentage on the right represents how many of those 1,000 scenarios end with a successful retirement or not running out of money before they pass away. Generally, anything over 80% is considered to be a high probability of success. With Walt and Skylar's probability of success being 75%, there's room for improvement. When the Monte Carlo projection is lower than we like, there are generally only a few things we can do to dramatically change that outcome. We can work longer, spend less, save more, or change the portfolio allocation. For Walt and Skylar, some things are just non-negotiable. Walt is adamant that leaving a lasting legacy for his kids is very important to him. So for his action items, I modeled out what would happen if he spent $500 less per month, delayed retirement by 3 years, rebalanced his portfolio allocation, and delayed Social Security until age 70. And as you can see, doing these things increases his probability of success up to 91%. This tool helps financial planners like me help clients make informed financial decisions so they can achieve their most important financial goals. So that's a very simplified example of how financial planning works, but I hope it was helpful. Comment below if you have any questions.